you were finished school at 16 and you had to get a job. Well, if you were like me and had no interest in being in
Right.
my case, a bricklayer,
Sure.
the only thing that could get you out of that was sport. And my chose, and you'll find a lot of soccer players who make, either make it or don't, but they get they leave school at 16. I believe the school leaving age is 18 now, and then you can there's in the 80s things changed a lot where there's opportunities to go to college and to
Right.
university and
Right.
whatever. But that wasn't a thing until then. It just wasn't. You were deemed like you're working class because there was, especially then, a class system, and you go out and get a job. Well, for us lads who wanted to be wrestlers, or the ladies that wanted to be wrestlers, we left school and we found a way into the wrestling, which wasn't easy in any way, shape, or form, because you had, you know, you there's no easy way into wrestling. There was no such thing as a wrestling school. You were a amateur wrestler, or your dad was a wrestler, or you found a way in some way. Let's put it that way. I was talking to my friend Mal Sanders yesterday, superstar Mal Sanders, who was famous British wrestler in the 70s and 80s. He was an amateur wrestler. He lived in London. Dale Martins had a gym there. He got basically brought in there and got dragged about, and they tried to run him off because even though he was an amateur wrestler, but he stayed the course, and he became uh, um, he was another teenage wrestler that and then continued with a career. So I've I think I've answered all those questions.
Absolutely.
Greg Dyke, by the way, you know, as admitted later on, probably wasn't the smartest thing because we're still getting ridiculously good ratings. People would kill for the ratings that we were getting even at 12 o'clock
But
nowadays.
I'm sure you know that in the US, we had the exact same thing going on. We had
Okay.
these executives who and advertising people that say wrestling's too lowbrow. We're trying to move it around to different places.
Yep.
We have new people in charge who don't necessarily understand the business. Like all this stuff, these universal themes.